Have you ever found yourself thinking there must be a better way to grow older than moving into a nursing home? For many people between the ages of 60 and 85, just the idea of entering one can trigger a deep sense of unease. It often feels like surrendering control, like someone else is closing the chapter before you're ready to stop reading. But here's the good news. Nursing homes are no longer the only route. In fact, a growing number of older adults are embracing new living options that are not only safer but also more meaningful, more dignified, and more aligned with how they truly want to experience their later years. In today's video, we'll walk through 7 real alternatives to traditional nursing homes' modern solutions that reflect how seniors are choosing to age with purpose, autonomy, and the support they actually need. These aren't theoretical ideas, they're tangible choices people are actively making every day. And by the time we finish, you may discover an approach that feels just right for you, or someone close to your heart. Some of these options are straightforward. Others may surprise you, but all are focused on one thing: letting you live life on your own terms. If you haven't joined our community yet, this is a great moment to subscribe and turn on notifications. We're here to offer thoughtful, helpful content designed especially for this chapter of life. You deserve to have options, and that's exactly what we're about to share. Option 1. Remaining in your own home with personalized in-home care. For many people, one of the most empowering decisions they can make as they get older is to stay in the place that holds their memories, their own home, while receiving the right kind of assistance. In-home care is becoming increasingly popular not because older adults are incapable of living alone, but because they want to live better. This kind of support can range from assistance with housekeeping, meal prep, and errands to more personal needs like bathing, medication reminders, and help getting dressed. The aim isn't to take away independence, it's to make everyday life smoother and more enjoyable. The familiarity of homey, a favorite chair, the scent of your own kitchen, your garden brings emotional comfort that no facility can replicate. Studies have shown that seniors who remain at home with support tend to stay sharper mentally and experience lower rates of depression compared to those in institutions. It's not just about habit, it's about being surrounded by a space that makes you feel secure and whole. Take Edward, 78, for example. His knees aren't what they used to be, and he occasionally misses a dose of his medication. But with a home aide visiting 5 days a week, he's thriving. He still works on his daily crossword, watches birds from his kitchen window, and meets his neighbor for coffee every Sunday morning. Dorothy didn't need a full-time care facility, just a bit of support in the place she called home. That's the beauty of in-home assistance. It adapts as your needs shift. Whether you require help a few times a week or daily support, the care is personalized, respectful, and entirely on your terms. For many older adults, this isn't just a preference, it's a way of preserving identity, protecting dignity, and nurturing joy. Number 2. Living with family in a supportive setup. More and more seniors are choosing to live with their adult children, but not in the way most people imagine. This isn't about losing autonomy or becoming a burden. It's about creating a relationship where both generations benefit. When it works well, multi-generational living brings warmth, care, and everyday connection. This arrangement allows older adults to stay engaged in family life not as dependents, but as integral participants. Whether it's spending time with grandchildren, passing down family stories, or simply being a steady presence in the home, this kind of setup offers real, emotional value. Psychologically, it offers a powerful antidote to loneliness and boosts a sense of being valued. It's not just about being nearby, it's about being seen, needed, and appreciated. But here's the catch. It only works with clear expectations, mutual respect, and clearly defined personal space. The most successful arrangements happen when both generations respect each other's routines and boundaries. You're not moving in to be cared for, you're moving in to share life. Think about someone like Frank, 81. After his wife passed, his daughter suggested converting the space above their garage into a private suite just for him. He has his own entrance, kitchenette, and daily schedule, but joins the family for dinner, watches his grandson play baseball, and enjoys being part of the household without giving up his independence. For him, it changed everything. Financially, this kind of shared living can also ease costs on both sides, and in some cases, it may even open the door to tax benefits or eligibility for certain types of assistance. But beyond money, it's about peace of mind knowing that if something goes wrong, you're not facing it alone. Still with me? Drop a number 2 in the comments if this resonates. And don't forget to subscribe so you'll catch more videos like this one. Number 3. Aging in place with smart, supportive modifications. A growing number of seniors are choosing to remain in their own homes but with a twist. They're upgrading their environments to better fit their needs, using a mix of thoughtful design and simple technology. This isn't about clinging to the past, it's about updating your surroundings so they serve your safety, comfort, and independence. More and more older adults are installing things like stair lifts, grab bars, walk-in tubs, non-slip floors, and motion-sensing lights. These adjustments aren't signs of weakness, they're signs of planning ahead. It's a mindset shift. Aging in place isn't refusing to adapt, it's choosing to adapt in a way that keeps your life under your control. Modern tech plays a big role too, from voice-controlled assistants to emergency call buttons. From smart pill reminders to doorbell cameras, these tools offer real peace of mind. They're not extras, they're essentials for preserving both freedom and safety. And on a deeper level, staying at home protects something many overlook: your sense of self. Being surrounded by the furniture, smells, and memories that define your life gives you a kind of grounding no institution can provide. Take Eleanor, 79. After taking a fall, she decided it was time to modify her home. At first, she felt uneasy about it, like it was a sign she was getting old. But within a few weeks, something shifted. She found herself moving more freely than she had in years. She could shower without hesitation, walk from room to room with confidence, and finally stop second-guessing every step. For families, supporting this decision is more than practical, it's a gesture of respect. It says, "We trust your strength, and we want you to feel fully yourself." It may not always be the simplest route, but it's often the most rewarding. Number 4. Multi-generational living with healthy boundaries. One solution gaining popularity, especially among close-knit families, multi-generational households. But this doesn't mean becoming the default babysitter or helper. The key to success lies in boundaries. When thoughtfully arranged, this kind of living deepens family bonds, creates shared responsibility, and nurtures emotional support, things rarely found in institutional settings. But without structure, it can just as easily lead to strain or burnout. The most effective setups begin with honest discussions. What are everyone's roles? What space is private? How are tasks shared? In this dynamic, seniors aren't guests or caregivers, they're full participants in a shared living space. Consider Dorothy, 83. After losing her husband, she moved into her daughter and son-in-law's home. They created a private suite for her, respected her routine, and involved her in family decisions. She even became the grandkids' favorite bedtime storyteller. She feels appreciated, not burdened, supported, but not overshadowed. This living style offers deep emotional rewards, connection, meaning, and a renewed sense of place. But it also requires flexibility and mutual respect. It's not about returning to old norms, it's a thoughtful, modern approach that blends tradition with emotional wellness. If you've made it this far and this resonates with you, drop a number 4 in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more content made with you in mind. Number 5. Independent living communities with flexible support. Many people think their only options are staying home alone or entering a nursing facility, but there's another path. Independent living communities. These spaces are designed for older adults who can still manage their own lives but want access to help when it's needed. You live in your own apartment or cottage. Meals? Up to you. Social gatherings? Come if you feel like it. Need a hand with errands or medical support? It's just one call away, but never intrusive. Perhaps the greatest gift of these communities is the social connection. Loneliness is one of aging's most silent risks, not because it causes instant harm, but because over time, it chips away at joy, meaning, and even your immune system. Being surrounded by others at a similar life stage can turn isolation into shared laughter, stories, and friendships. And don't let the word community fool you, these places aren't generic. Some center around nature, others on art or lifelong learning. The idea is to find a space that speaks to who you are, not just how old you are. Take someone like Walter, 78. Retirement once felt like a dead end. His home felt isolating. His children lived far away, and his wife had passed on. But after moving into a vibrant community with a woodworking studio, once Walter settled into a community with access to a woodworking shop, scenic walking trails, and a weekly film club, something shifted. Life began to feel rich and engaging again. Thanks for being part of this journey with us. Your support allows us to continue sharing thoughtful content that informs and uplifts. Let's wrap things up with a few reflections. If you've stayed with us this far, take a quiet moment not to feel worry, but to gain clarity. Reaching your 80s is a true gift, but let's be honest. Many don't arrive in great health. It's not because they didn't care, but because they weren't aware of the slow, hidden forces working against them. Things like chronic inflammation, gradual muscle loss, poor sleep, and emotional disconnection often creep in unnoticed. By the time they're obvious, the damage is already underway. But awareness is empowering, and this video isn't here to frighten you. It's here to equip you. To remind you that small, consistent changes really do matter. The choices you make this week, this month, or even later this year can deeply shape how you move, feel, and think in the years ahead. So what struck a chord with you today? Was it the silent way inflammation takes root? Or maybe how easily strength can fade without regular movement? Perhaps it was the realization that good sleep is more than rest, or that meaningful relationships are as essential as any prescription. Whatever spoke to you, don't just file it away. Let it become a shifted decision to keep investing in your body, your clarity, and your purpose. Growing older doesn't mean becoming invisible, it means becoming intentional. It's about centering your energy on what really matters, holding on to it, and letting go of what doesn't. You've earned the right to walk this chapter with strength and wisdom. Don't accept anything less. Thanks again for spending your time with us today. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment and share one takeaway from today's video and how you hope to use it. Your stories matter. They inspire us to keep doing what we do. And if you found value here, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. That small act helps us keep creating content that serves and supports you. Number 7. Intergenerational living communities. Quietly and steadily, a transformation is happening in the way older adults choose to live. It's not about retreating into silent halls or isolated routines, it's about reconnecting. More seniors are embracing communities where all ages live, work, and grow together. These aren't cold, clinical buildings with age cutoffs. They're warm, vibrant neighborhoods filled with real relationships and genuine belonging. In a place like this, your neighbor might be a young teacher, a single parent, or a student helping in the garden. Someone who helps carry your groceries, shares a meal with you, or simply chats over a cup of coffee. And in exchange, your presence, your life experiences, and calm wisdom becomes something deeply valuable in their lives. It's not about charity or dependency. It's about a shared life, built on mutual respect and real human connection. Let's take Joan, 76. She moved into an intergenerational neighborhood in Oregon, where high school students live in nearby dorm-style housing. Every Thursday, she hosts a poetry circle. In return, the students help her with tech issues, replace light bulbs, and introduce her to new music she never thought she'd enjoy. She says it's the most alive she's felt in decades. These kinds of communities often feature shared gardens, small libraries, walking trails, and gathering spots designed for interaction. There are no locked doors or sterile hallways, just warm, welcoming spaces that naturally invite connection. And the benefits go beyond social joy, they impact mental health too. Research shows that older adults in these environments tend to experience less cognitive decline and feel far less lonely. And younger residents? They develop empathy, perspective, and a sense of grounding that goes far beyond screens and social media. This isn't about stepping away from life, it's about stepping deeper into it with intention. If you've ever felt like you still have something important to give but weren't sure where to share it, this might be your answer. Because in later life, connection isn't a luxury, it's essential. And sometimes, the most healing thing isn't a prescription, it's the shared laughter at a dinner table. Let's wrap up with a final thought. Getting older doesn't mean giving up who you are. For many, the image of a nursing home evokes a quiet fear we often don't voice. The silence, the sameness, the sense of being stored away rather than seen. But what you've heard today proves that aging can look different. It can be intentional, personal, empowered. Whether it's sharing a home with trusted friends, living near family on your own terms, Joining a village for seniors, hiring in-home help, moving into an intergenerational neighborhood, or just finding the right kind of space to call your own there isn't one right solution. But the thread that ties them all together is this: the longing to remain human, connected, and in control. You've lived too fully to hand over your freedom without thought. So ask yourself, which of these paths speaks to you? Which one makes you feel just a little more at ease imagining the future? Because this isn't only about adding years, it's about making sure those years still feel like yours. We're so glad you joined us today. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us one takeaway from today's video and how you might apply it to your life. Your reflections matter deeply. They're what inspire us to keep doing this work. And if this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us reach more people who deserve these kinds of conversations. Thank you again for being here, and we'll see you next time.